Hello, I wanted to do a video on my St. Croix Victory 7.3 medium power extra fast. This is my follow-up video. I did a video on this rod when I first purchased the rod, and I was explaining how I was losing fish on this rod. So I wanted to do a follow-up. As I said in my previous video, if you've seen it, Victory was great about explaining to me this rod. And what the conclusion they came up with was that it was not a kayak rod. So I fish predominantly from a kayak. I have a boat, but I fish predominantly from the kayak. I go to the shore, but I fish predominantly from a kayak. So they gave me the alternative of buying a cheaper rod out of my own pocket, where I didn't do that. So I went out and tried to perfect this rod from a kayak. So when I had caught a nice sized fish, the motion that I had to use was the candy cane motion, which is showing you it is lifting it straight up, because this rod has so much flex. If you can see this, it has so much flex in the tip. Can you see that? So much flex in the tip. So what occurs with this rod is that when you catch a fish, it's great. Fish catches it, it loads up. But as you're getting to the side of your kayak, that happens. You lose that tension. And as soon as you lose that tension, the fish spits your lure. You lose the tension, it spits your lure. It goes straight up. Instead of continuous bend in your rod all the way down where it holds that load, it's just most of that load is in the first four. So I was determined to learn how to use this rod. I use this rod exclusively. I have like 15 rods, but I just went out just to get this method down. As you can see, it snapped on me. But it didn't snap in one place, it snapped in two places. You can see that. So that was one snap, two snaps. So in turn, what I did was I called St. Croix because they have a 15-year warranty, which is the great part. But the crazy part to me, the sad part was they only wanted to give me $100 credit to my next ride. I just bought this ride in September on my birthday, September the 7th. So to get $100 credit was not good. So we came up to the conclusion that we just switched to another ride. So we went through different things, what I wanted to do. I wanted a dedicated drop shot rod, but I wanted to be able to throw it far in my kayak and be able to keep the fish pinned. That's why I went with a 7.3. And they don't offer the 7.3 fast. It's only 7.3 extra fast. That's why this tip is so light. So the gentleman, Andy, who helped me, was saying, look, you cannot, and this is the predominant issue about this rod. When I saw this rod, this medium extra fast, 7.3 medium extra fast, it was in a kayak on that video. It was in so I was like, that's perfect for me. That's what I've been looking for. So in turn, Andy said, hey, you cannot use this for a kayak. You cannot load on a kayak with this. So we went to we were going back and forth. I was like, just give me a 7-foot medium fast. And I have a X Prize 7-foot medium fast, which is just excellent. And I explained this before in the other video. They're night and day. So far as the sensitivity, the X Pride is superior in every way to the Victory. So I was like, fine, I could just side by side, I can see how they work. So he said, well, if you want to do a drop top, I would advise you to get a 610 medium light, extra fast. And I was like, man, we're going to be going through the same situation. He said, no, it loads up differently. And the worst case scenario, we'll just be back in this situation. You can exchange for a different ride. My biggest plight was, if you're going to give me $100 for the credit, and you're charging me $50 for an exchange, I didn't think that was a good deal. I was a little disappointed when I realized that was the issue, how limited the 15-year warranty was. But his turn, what he said, well, let's get you in the 610 medium light, extra fast, and you just have to pay $25 for the shipping. So that's what I'm going with. I have not received it as of yet, but that's what I'm going with. So my point is, if you have a kayak, the 7.3 medium, extra fast is not, repeat, it is not the rod that you want. And as far as the sensitivity is okay. It was not great for me. And somebody else may feel differently, have a different experience, but it was not great for me. So I'm really, really excited to try the 610 because he was saying my sensitivity will go up also. He explained to me that I can't do the candy cane. So the sweeps that I have to have with this rod that I'm getting, and the sweeps for this rod is more to the side. So when I fish on my spinning rods, especially with the drop shot, I reel up, hit them, and then I drop. And keep pressure on them. That's what I do. That's how I tend to fish. With this rod, I would do that. And like I said, when they got to the side, it will release, the tension will release. They're gone. So in turn, I had to start keeping the rod up to try to keep that tension all the way to the boat. And I did that, and I was keeping them pinned, but I got a nice size, about a 3-pounder. And what occurred was, it snapped the rod. So when I get to 610, I'll give you an evaluation on that one also. In the meantime, what I did was, I picked up 2 other rods that I want to discuss with you guys later. It's the Bass X. The Bass X. And it's the medium 6'6". I just got this one in about a day ago, 2 days ago. I still haven't hooked it up to anything. What I'm going to do is hook it up to my higher power drop shots, my Texas rig drop shots. So I'm going to put about a 15-pound, 12-pound line on here for those drop shots. And then I picked up a Mojo Bass. See that? And that is a 6'8". Is that a 6'8" medium heavy? 6'8" medium heavy. And I've liked it so far. I've only got 1 day with it. You see I have a jerkbait on there. I've only had 1 day with it, but it did really well. And I just went out to on the shore on Detroit River. And you have to understand something. Detroit River, there's so much current. So as I was jerking, pause, jerk, pause, you're pulling so much pressure going against that current. And this one did really well. So I'm going to do a lot more fishing with it. I'll give you guys an update. Also, what I wanted to give you guys an update on is a couple of things. And I'll do it later on this year. I spend more money in rods than I do reels. So this is my Lew's LFS. So my Lew's Speed Pool LFS. And I'll give you an update on this between this one, the Origin 13, which was like another $100 rod, and my Shimano SLX. Shimano SLX. The Luz Speed Pool LFS, and the 13 Origin. So I'll give you guys those updates. But I can almost tell you that for the money, for 99 bucks, I love the Luz. Compared to those other reels we spoke of, I absolutely love the Luz. Now I'll explain why. So I want to give you guys an update. Like I said, if you're looking at getting the St. Croix medium 73 extra fast, I just want to give you an update. If you're getting the kayak, if you're using it for a kayak, it is useless to you. It's a waste of money. It is useless to you. So far as sensitivity, for anyone else who's just fishing out of a boat or shore, the sensitivity is totally different from the X Pride. So I think the X Pride was 259. The Victory was 230. Night and day. Night and day. I would just go with the X Pride, hands down. I would even go with the Dobbins. Dobbins has a beautiful rod. I can't remember the model right now. So I will continue to give you an update. I hope you guys' day is going great. Happy holidays.